In 1931, a 28-year-old advertising manager at Procter & Gamble named Neil McElroy typed out a 3-page memo. He suggested hiring brand men, whose entire job would be to spot sales weaknesses and fix them. This memo established the brand management system used for 50 years. Branding was a series of tactical responses. If sales dropped, you adjusted prices, mailed coupons, or bought ad placements, like this one for Camay soap. By the late 1980s, this mindset pushed companies to an extreme. Executives believed the only way to grow was to buy market share, leading to a decade of aggressive, data-driven price wars. But the results were often disastrous. Aggressive discounting destroyed profit margins and left brands so weak that they could no longer command a premium price. When marketing is managed as a cost to be minimized, growth becomes an expensive gamble with diminishing returns. The 1980s proved that you cannot buy your way to a sustainable future. As profit margins collapsed, a new realization took hold. The most valuable part of a business wasn't the machinery or the warehouses. It was the intangible connection with the customer, the brand. Research began to show that brand health was a reliable predictor of future stock returns. Because these intangible assets require coordination across different departments and years of investment, brand management moved from the advertising silo to the executive floor. To manage an intangible asset with the same rigor as financial capital, organizations needed a measurement system that looked past next week's sales report. This led to the development of the 5 Bs, a framework for building and maintaining brand strength. These 5 components provide a roadmap for long-term growth, moving beyond simple ad campaigns to treat the brand as a core business engine. The first B is brand equity. It is a stored asset that supports your business strategy. Unlike physical inventory, this portfolio actually increases in value the more it is used and leveraged into new markets. The second B is brand relevance. For a brand to be considered, it must be both visible and credible within a specific context. Relevance is the gatekeeper. If you aren't relevant, you don't exist in the customer's mind. A brand earns relevance by defining a new subcategory, much like Toyota did for hybrid vehicles. However, credibility is context-specific. A high reputation for hybrids provides no guarantee customers will view that brand as relevant for a fully electric vehicle. The third B is brand image. While relevance gets you into the game, image provides the reason to buy. These are the associations that make a brand resonate with a customer's specific needs or values. When functional features like soap ingredients are easily copied, a brand image built on a social mission, like Dove's focus on self-esteem, creates a differentiation that product specs alone cannot match. Relevance and image are the primary drivers that determine whether a brand asset survives when market trends shift or new competitors emerge. The fourth B is brand loyalty. This is the heart of the asset's value. It creates a predictable flow of sales and a customer base so entrenched that competitors must spend massive sums just to be noticed. The strongest loyalty comes from active brand communities, like the Harley Owners Group, where the brand becomes a central part of the member's identity. The fifth B is the brand portfolio. Branding is rarely about a single name acting alone. It is about how a team of brands works together. A master brand uses set brands to reach new customers and branded differentiators to highlight specific technologies or services. The goal of a portfolio strategy is to create clarity and synergy. Every brand in the set must have a defined role to avoid internal confusion and wasted resources. By coordinating these 5 Bs, an organization can scale its intangible assets across different products while keeping the core brand strong. Managing these assets is harder today than it was in the past. Executives are now surrounded by digital dashboards, providing instant metrics on clicks, leads, and immediate returns. There is a constant pressure to chase these short-term metrics. But focusing exclusively on clicks often leads back to the tactical traps of the 1930s. If you only invest in immediate leads, you eventually drain the brand's core equity, leaving the business vulnerable to the next market disruption. Strategic agility requires using the 5 Bs to adapt to new technologies, like AI or the Internet of Things, without abandoning the consistent vision that made the brand valuable in the first place. Building a brand isn't a one-off stroke of luck. It's the deliberate construction of a lasting asset that creates value year after year. By integrating these 5 principles into the core business strategy, marketing is transformed into the engine of sustainable growth.